Gentlemen, what if I told you there are 5 secret signs your wife might be cheating, and you've been missing them all along? The truth is, these signs are subtle, but they're there, hiding in plain sight. If you're not paying attention, you might be walking straight into heartbreak without even knowing it. In this video, I'll show you exactly what to watch for. But before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. And hey, where are you watching from? Drop your city in the comments. Sign 1. The emotional shutdown. She's no longer open with you. One of the first signs that something might be wrong is the emotional distance she starts creating. You notice she's not as open with you anymore. Conversations that used to flow easily now feel forced or awkward. When you try to talk about your day or your feelings, she either brushes you off or gives you short, unengaged answers. It's as if she's emotionally checked out, leaving you in the dark while she builds walls between you. She used to be your confidant, sharing her thoughts and feelings without hesitation. Now, she's closed off. When you ask her how she's been, she replies with fine or nothing much, but there's no depth or connection in her responses. If you try to push for more, she'll often say she's just tired or doesn't feel like talking. This emotional shutdown is one of the clearest ways women start pulling away. When she no longer shares the little things with you, it's a sign that someone else is filling that emotional gap, or she's already made the decision to disconnect. At first, you might try to justify it. Maybe she's stressed or busy. But as the weeks go by, it becomes impossible to ignore. She's stopped being your emotional partner, and that's a huge red flag. And this emotional distance, it's only the start of what's to come. The next sign is even harder to spot, but once you notice it, you'll see the truth in plain sight. Stay tuned. Sign 2. The secretive phone behavior. She guards her devices, like Fort Knox. Have you noticed how protective she's become of her phone? What once was a simple, accessible device now feels like it's behind lock and key. Suddenly, she's keeping it face down, always carrying it with her, and when you ask to borrow it, she gets defensive or refuses outright. She might even say something like, "It's just a work thing," when you ask who's texting her late at night. This new phone behavior is a huge red flag. If she's never been secretive before and now acts as if her phone is off limits, it's a clear sign that she's hiding something. The constant checking of her device, especially when she's around you, is her way of making sure you don't catch on to what's really going on. She's actively guarding her privacy, and it's not just about wanting personal space, it's about concealing her emotional or physical connection with someone else. What makes this even more suspicious is when she gets defensive if you mention anything about her phone. A simple question, "Who's that texting you?" might trigger an irritated response like, "Stop being so paranoid." But deep down, you know her actions don't match her words. This sudden need for secrecy is her way of creating a boundary between you and the truth. And the more she deflects your curiosity, the more you know there's something she's trying to keep hidden. But this secretive behavior isn't the only trick she's using. The next sign is even more insidious. Stay tuned, because the next method will really make you question everything. Sign 3. The sudden shift in appearance. She's trying to look good for someone else. Something about her appearance has changed, and it's more than just a new haircut or outfit. She's suddenly putting in more effort than usual, spending extra time getting ready or working out more frequently. What used to be a quick, casual look has now turned into a full-on transformation. She's trying to look good, but here's the kicker. It's not for you. This new focus on her appearance isn't just about personal growth. It's about impressing someone else. She starts dressing differently, wearing clothes she knows will catch attention, or getting ready for no special occasion at all. You've probably noticed her attention to detail. She's buying outfits that are more revealing, or dressing in ways that make her feel more confident and attractive. When you ask about her new style or sudden interest in fitness, she might downplay it by saying, I'm just doing it for myself, or I want to feel good about myself. While that may sound innocent, the truth is that this is a cover-up. She's already trying to project a different image to someone else, someone outside the relationship. What's even more unsettling is how she reacts when you bring it up. She may act as if your concerns are out of line, dismissing your observations as jealousy. But deep down, you know her actions are telling a completely different story. This shift in appearance is just one of many ways she's creating distance between you and the truth. And believe me, it's not the most significant sign she's hiding something. The next one will make everything else fall into place. Stay with me. Sign 4. The decreased interest in physical closeness. She's no longer affectionate with you. One of the most telling signs that something is off is when the physical closeness starts to fade. She was once affectionate, initiating touch and closeness, but now it feels like you're distant strangers. When you try to initiate affection, she either pulls away or brushes it off with excuses like, "I'm too tired," or "maybe later." The warmth that once felt so natural has turned cold. What used to be a daily hug, a kiss goodnight, or even just holding hands while watching TV has disappeared. And when you try to get closer, she seems less responsive, distant, or even irritated by your touch. She might even start using the excuse that she's just not in the mood, but the frequency of these rejections grows. This lack of physical affection isn't just about her being tired, it's about emotional withdrawal. She's no longer invested in maintaining the physical connection that once held you two together. It's as if she's already mentally disconnected, emotionally distant, and no longer sees you as her partner. The worst part is that when you bring it up, she might dismiss your concerns with something like, "We've been together for so long, it's normal to fall into a routine." But you know that what feels like a routine to her is starting to feel like abandonment to you, and this sudden coldness, it's just the beginning. The next sign she's using to hide her affair is far more subtle but even more concerning. Stay with me. This one will reveal her true intentions. Sign 5. The increased need for me time. She's avoiding you more than usual. You've likely started to notice that she's spending more time alone, and it's not just an occasional need for personal space, it's becoming a regular habit. What once was shared time together is now replaced with her need for me time. She suddenly finds herself needing to recharge or clear her head, often retreating to her room, taking long walks, or going out with friends without you. The more you ask about these moments of solitude, the more she deflects, making it seem like it's just a temporary phase or that she's dealing with stress. But when you dig deeper, you realize that her desire for alone time is growing, and it's starting to feel like she's intentionally creating distance between you. Her actions might seem innocent enough, but when you combine this increased need for space with the other signs you've been noticing, it's clear she's emotionally checking out. She's seeking time away from you, not to reflect or relax, but to avoid confronting the growing disconnect in your relationship. She'll tell you that you're overreacting and that everyone needs their space. But this isn't about that. It's about her starting to live a life that doesn't include you. As this me time becomes more frequent, the more you start to feel like a stranger in your own relationship. See you in the next video.